welcome to another episode of Minecraft. Today we are starting off in the copper store. We built with copper, a lot of the copper that we owned actually went into the project from last episode. It was a windmill, if you didn't see it. But, so we need to restock. I'm pretty sure that he still has, a bunch of copper in stock, pre-smelted. So that's great. We might even buy him out. 2 diamonds for 1 stack. Let's see. We probably won't buy him out, but we'll buy, let's see. If you need 9 stacks for a stack of blocks, then, that means 18 diamonds. Whew, kind of pricey, but, I'm gonna do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 7, 8, 9. And the good thing with copper is once you turn it into the regular blocks, you can use the stone cutter to craft it into the cut copper blocks, and you get 4 times the amount. So I'm not going to do it right now just in case I want to use this block, but it's always good to know you can get a lot of copper from what seems to be not that much. So let's head over to my base. We got to look at the project planning book and see what we want to work on today. And I just grabbed the book here. It looks like we're a little outdated anyways. A couple of these things we already did, such as the inside of the wizard tower completed. We have already also done a windmill now and silos. Okay, that's it. So let's look at our options here. And not that we have to do necessarily something from this list. We can always find another project as well. I do want to start, not going to lie, on the Lazarus Pit in the Ender Ruins. I just don't know if it's too early to put it in because I don't know where I'm going to put it in. But I kind of really want to start on that. I think we're going to start on it. I'm going to get some resources together and see how feasible it sounds to start it off. Okay, so this is kind of a bad example, but if you see what I did here, I'd layered different colors of glass on top of each other with a light source at the bottom to make it kind of look like a liquid. I only had enough glass in the chest to do this little tiny 1 block hole of it, but hopefully you get the idea that this kind of looks like some sort of murky liquid. I used orange and red glass here, but we're going to use green glass for the Lazarus Pit. But the idea is to make a big pit and layer glass on top of each other to make it look like some sort of green liquid inside of the pit that we're going to be working on. So let me cover that up and let's get started and head over to the end. We made it out here to the end, but first things first, I want to do everything in my power to avoid... Ouch, I don't know where I was trying to go. We want to avoid poor planning with this thing. If you watched the previous episode that we were out here, you would know I kind of did not really plan for this area right here where I originally intended for a tower to go. And now I'm struggling to find out what to do there. We're going to run away from that problem for now, and because I still have not figured out what I want to do, and work on the Lazarus Pit. So I kind of want it to be the center pit, or the centerpiece of this whole castle. So that will make it easy as far as positioning. But what I need to decide is how far down do I want it to go? Do I want it to be on a whole separate story from this? Is there going to be a staircase we need to go down in order to get to it? Is it just going to be laying out in the open in the middle here? I don't know. So I've got some thinking to do. I'm going to really think hard about it and make sure that whatever I come up with doesn't have any predicaments, or at least try to come up with something that doesn't contradict other plans I have for this place. So let me do some brainstorming and I'll be right back. And another thing we need to do out here is work on the inside of this whole room. Really, we need to cover up all of these four sides with a whole different pattern because I'm not sure that I really like the emerald sticking out here from the back. So that'll be a project for another time, but definitely something we need to work on. Oh no, I just got this message in the chat. Parrot was struck by lightning, and I looked up, and there's just two feathers on my telephone pole. Gosh dang it, Minecraft. You know how long it took me to get this parrot up on the telephone wire? It's a shame. Okay, so just to explain my thought process of what I'm doing here, uh, I was thinking about how I wanted to get staircases going down if I potentially made the Lazarus Pit in the center of this area. I was thinking, okay, I want to put it underground here, so that way I can have other things on this layer and above, and the pit seems more fitting to be underground, but still in the center. So at first I was thinking, okay, I can make like a big spiral staircase going down the middle here, but then that would make it so there would be no room to put the actual pit right there. So then I was thinking I could do something like against each of these four walls. I could make a staircase going down in the kind of a spiral of sorts, just with an opening on each of those. But since I still need to redesign these sides of the wall, I don't want to have a similar situation with the tower that I was building and have it, due to poor planning, make a staircase that I then want to cover up because I want to do something else with the wall. And plus, I have no idea what I want to do with this room, anyways. So basically, long story short, I ended up deciding on putting basically holes in each of the four sides up against where the emerald thing is there. And I'm going to have two of them be places where you fall down, and then the other two are going to be um, bubble elevators, probably, that lead you back up. And then I can just kind of like decorate around this little pit area so it, looks a little special, like it's a place to fall down. Or maybe just like look like some sort of dark entranceway into the underground. I don't know. That's my idea so far. But that led me to, you know, positioning the whole spaced with this. And then I basically started building this tower again to give it a second shot. And by moving this tower, making it relatively skinny and small and closer to this bridge than it was before, um, if we go back out here, the tower at its current size does not hardly cover up this side of the wall anymore, which was the main problem with it. So if we figure out something to do with the tower and keep it here, potentially this could be the winning solution here. So right now, my idea is we've got this bridge like this. Then, obviously, we haven't made this upper layer yet, but I could basically make another one of these archways continuing the bridge from here and make the bridge basically continue inward to whatever the center tower will be. And then this can just basically be a little tower. And then I can, make it the top piece of it and make it have like a little spire or something. But that's the plan for right now. Not sure if we're actually going to work on the rest of this today, but at least putting this placeholder in and knowing that it does not disrupt the view anymore, that's progress enough for me. But so let's get more work done on this pit area. Although I will say, looking at it here, we have definitely got to basically dig out a lot of this area. So there's a lot of work I got to do. Who knows how much of the pit I will actually get done today, just simply based on the fact that there is a huge area I need to carve out. So I'm just going to start carving out, see what I can get done, and we'll take the future of the episode based on how much I accomplish with this. Okay, scratch the idea with the bubble elevators. My wife discussed with me, reminding me this is a ancient or ruinous castle in a way, to some degree. And this is the perfect size actually for a spiral staircase. So maybe just on each of these four corners, we'll do a spiral staircase going down, which I actually think will fit the theme a lot better. So we'll get there when we get there. But yeah, spiral staircases will probably be the way to go. All right, I've done some digging I decided to break it up into sections here. I have a little bit of a better idea of what I want to do. So I carved out a circle room here. All of this end stone is going to be uh, black stone. And all of this level that I'm standing on now will be all dug down to this level down here eventually. But at least for this room here, this is where the actual pit will be. And then out here is going to be, I think, like a hallway that circles around it, and then maybe I can have different rooms and whatever else around the outside here. And then, yeah, the actual pit in here. I'm almost out of blackstone, though, so I need to get more to fill in this, and then we can start working on the actual design itself. So I'm going to go back to the nether and get started on resource collecting again, and I'll be back. Okay, what do we have here? We've done some more digging. I replaced all of the walls with blackstone, and I added skulk as the ceiling, kind of to give somewhat of like a starry night kind of sky looking feel in here. One thing that I've realized about the end is it's kind of like the nether in the way that it doesn't get dark, even though it seems like it's really dark in the end, like the sky always being black. If you'll take a look, like if I just cover myself in somewhere, normally in the overworld, it would get pitch black in here. But yeah, in the end, even if you're completely blocked off from everything, there's like an ambient light no matter where you go. So I don't know how that will turn out down here, because I kind of wanted to make this Lazarus Pit kind of like dark and scary looking, which hopefully it still will because of the black blocks I'm using, but it's definitely not like shadowy, if that makes sense. However, for the most part, aside from this specific location, I actually think that the ambient light really helps our Blackstone castle in general look better, because it really lets you see the detail in the Blackstone blocks. I feel like more so than in the overworld. So that actually has been really good. But I'm going to figure out what I want to do for the floor here. And I've got to start working on this pit. I'm running out of time. It's already getting late at night, the night before this episode is going to go live. So I got to do some. It took me a long time to gather the resources, to be honest, like the blackstone and all this skulk and stuff. So yeah, let me get back to work. Hopefully I'll be back with a big progress update, and we'll go from there. Okay, it is hours later, but here is some progress on the Lazarus Pit. So let me break down here. Just a little showcase. It's very plain right now, and I'm not going to have time to add the details I want in this episode, but there's a lot of details. This is not close to being done, but at least for the actual pit, you can see the effect I was going for. It looks like kind of like some green liquid as it fades down there. It is very segmented with the stripes there, but overall I think it does give a really cool effect, like a big toxic liquid pool. Actually, it's not toxic. It's supposed to be a resurrection pit, but it looks like that. And then yeah, just like a ring with the blackstone and stuff. I've got a lot of details to add in here. I want to add a lot of candles. Oh, Jonah Riddle fell from a high place. Out there, my wife is helping me dig out this whole endstone area where I'm going to add the corridors. So thanks to her. I added skulk in the ceiling. I think I already said that. Make it look like kind of like a starry sky, or just voidy, mystical in some way. Yeah, and I'm going to also add some like cracks in some of the edges of this that are more of the green, so it looks like it's a little more natural, like it's like a crevice in the ground or something like that. So there's definitely a lot of work we need to do here, but it is very late and I've got to finish this episode and edit and then upload it all tonight. So we're gonna have to cut it here for this project, but there is one more thing I want to show you over at my base, so we will head over there really quick. And okay, we are back here at my base. What I wanted to show you over here is over in this mushroom area that my wife was working on. As you can see, she has got some dirt, temporary dirt layouts of the future big mushrooms of this area. So you can really see how this will develop once she transfers over the blocks. Um, which is also just cool seeing her build style, building it completely in dirt and then transferring it over. I think I've seen a YouTuber do that before too. Unlike me, I don't even make any sort of preparations. I just kind of go for it, which has pros and cons. But anyways, it's looking awesome over here. I'm excited to see what the future holds. I know she's been terraforming this cliff as well, and it sounds like she's going to make the entrance to this place come from through this little valley and either come through this cave, I think, or make a bridge or something. But it's going to be awesome. I'm excited to see once the pathways get in here and some details to kind of give more life to it. But it's looking great so far. And now, the last part of the episode, I want to go over to the Wizard Tower for a comment of the day, and then that'll be it. So, see you in a second. Okay, we are here at the Wizard Tower for comment of the day. Today's comment is in a different font because, for some reason, since his name is a kanji, apparently that's just what happens. He said, "Nice work, want a world download." This was on the World Tour episode. It was just recently left, but first of all, thank you. And I picked this one because I wanted to say a few things about a potential world download. I feel like I'm a little too small right now to justify doing a world download just because I don't even know how to do one as far as like a public world download that's safe. Also, I do want to do one in the future though, potentially next time I do a world tour, but I want to finish my big project here first so that it will be playable at that point. That's the goal at least. So hopefully when that day comes, I'll have my big mini game ready so it can be playable. And there is the big castle over there that's already playable. And really, I want it, if and when a world tour happens, I want it to be as interactable, our world to be as interactable as possible, or like in a somewhat complete state. So yeah, that's that. Also, fun fact about the kanji, I don't know if this is Chinese or Japanese, but I do speak a little bit of Japanese. I used to live in Japan, but I never got very good at reading or writing. There is a few that I'm okay at, and I took it in college as well. But anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in 2 days for the next one. Bye.